Sports slowly coming back to the Low Country. For fans ready to see some hoop action, joining us with a bear of good news is Earl Grant, head men's basketball coach at the College of Charleston. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well. We're very excited that we've been able to navigate a little bit through this COVID. Hopefully we can continue to do it and, stay healthy and get our players back to the floor.
Indeed. Last season cut short. How are the players feeling right now?
I think there's a little bit of excitement in terms of just knowing that, hey, we'll be playing games. But I also think every now and again, there's some doubt, hey, is anybody going to test positive? What's going to happen with the contact tracing? Are we really going to be able to play these games? But, right now we're just really trying to emphasize how important it is to choose faith over fear, and not wake up every day worried about something happening, but just get up with the right attitude and come to work, come to go to the classroom, do what you can, control what you can, and just don't have a lot of fear about what's going to happen and the things that we can't control. So I think we're doing okay right now. We've been very fortunate. We've been healthy, and we just need to keep that.
As they say, let go and let God, right?
Let go and let God. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think, though, that this has affected players' performance at all? Have you seen any differences in maybe, not want to get too close to another player? I know when you're playing basketball, it's pretty difficult to keep your distance.
Well, when we're in practice, we don't keep our distance. We get after it pretty good. We just try to, go out and have business as usual. Now, obviously, basketball is a very close-knit sport in terms of players getting in huddles and coaches talking to players in huddles. So we have tried to do a good job of having social distance with our huddles. So we're not as close, we're not as intimate. And, the coaches are wearing masks in practice, but the players aren't. And so it's been different, but I think we adjusted well. And I think our athletic trainer and his staff has done a good job of, enforcing the rules and the protocol to make sure we can stay healthy.
And before we get to the scoreboard, this also is teaching your students, your players, some accountability, because when they leave the court, they have to be really careful not to come in contact with someone else who could potentially make them sick and then make other players sick. So would you say that those lessons are being instilled and these players are having to kind of grow up a little bit faster
Well,
than they would?
Yeah, Leyla, I tell you, hey, in sports, you got to sacrifice. Normally, you got to sacrifice. You got to surrender and give up some stuff so that you can give your group the best part of you. And so a lot of times when you go into the season, there's a sacrifice that's needed. But right now with the virus, there's even a larger sacrifice, meaning, Charleston's a very vibrant, electric place. Out on King Street, there's bars, there's restaurants, there's
lots of temptation out there.
Campus, a lot of temptation. So you really have to sacrifice and look at it as, it's not about me, but it's bigger than me.
All right, let's talk about last season. First of all, your first game coming up this season is November 25th. That's up in North Carolina. Very exciting. Can you tell us what you ended with in last season?
Yeah, I really enjoyed our team last year. Certainly we had a lot of good moments, and we had some disappointment moments as well. We finished the season well above average. We were 17-14, and obviously we felt like maybe there were a couple more games we should have won if we had done a few things better. But all in all, really enjoyed that group. Guys had good attitudes. They worked hard. We were dependent on some freshmen a little bit last year where we played some young guys in our rotation, and that was the first time we had done that in maybe 2 or 3 years. And so it's very exciting now that, we're older. Those freshmen are now sophomores, and we got a lot of experience in our senior class as well.
Yeah.
Also, we got a couple of transfers that are older that can help us. So, I think this year I'm excited about what we're capable of doing. Last year was fun. We learned a lot. Again,
any particular players that you're wanting to keep our eyes peeled for?
It's going to be by committee. But the big ones is Zep Jasper is a fourth-year guy. He started every game last year, as a point guard, and he's a redshirt junior. So he sat out his freshman year. So he's got a lot of experience. He's a great leader and a hard worker. Then Brevin Galloway he's another senior that had a good year, made 75 threes on the season last year, averaged 12 points a game.
Yeah.
And then we took a transfer from Minnesota that's showing great promise right now. He started every game at Minnesota. So there's a lot to be excited about.
With just about 10 seconds left, what are you hoping for this next season? What kind of season do you want to end on? What note?
No, number one, I want to end on a note where we can look back and say, we played the season successfully. We were able to survive the virus, and I want our team to peak towards the end of the season where we're playing our best basketball, and we have a chance to play some meaningful games in the month of March.
That's awesome. Earl Grant, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck this season. Again, first game, November 25th up in North Carolina. First home game, November 28th versus Limestone University. People go out there, get your tickets. Thanks again.
Thanks. Appreciate you guys.